Hey guys, and welcome to another Mindless Mining.
Welcome to
A minute in.
We're doing like hardened clay this time.
So what do you
mindless.
think
Do we have
of the
any-
idea? Huck was gonna make a game show one time. It's not a game show. I mean a talk show.
Oh, there's a hole there. That's cool. Thanks,
I just
guys.
saw Anage's name just drop.
What would a TimeShot talk show even be like?
TimeShot talks.
I would imagine it'd be kind of like a podcast.
So kind of like this,
Kind of.
with cameras and action.
Action.
Yeah.
Action packed. Yes?
Oh, my pig is gone.
But you'd have like a host who would like direct the conversation and stuff.
Could you have like
As opposed to not having any host whatsoever direct anything.
Yeah, as opposed to
Nothing
this.
as opposed to this.
As
Where we
opposed to
basically
this, where
we
we're
just talk as normal, and that's the show.
Nobody likes to see people talking normal.
They don't?
Then good job they're here.
Are you being serious? I don't know.
No, I'm not being serious.
I hope they do.
Well, it could be. Well, I guess we'll see whenever these
But we
videos come out.
Talk about poop and things.
Yeah, we do talk about poop.
Quite a bit.
Yeah. Taking a dump.
An unhealthy amount.
Yeah.
What is a healthy amount of poop?
Well, we could go back to that poop scale.
No.
I don't remember what it's called.
Can we not? Can we not?
Did I send you guys that? Yeah, that was like the Twatch tube thing.
What?
Yeah.
We wanted
right.
type number 3, I think.
Well, okay.
Okay, we should stop. We should stop over behind. Behind. So, anyway.
Anybody have any daily occurrences to talk about?
Shoe threw up again.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Wait, it's
You've gone
pronounced
from poo to
shoe.
sick. This
Yeah,
is great.
shoe. What did you think it
Shoe?
was? Chew?
Cho.
Cho!
Well, how do you spell it?
I'm CHOU. It's French.
Yeah, that's
That's
Cho.
Cho. I thought it was Cho.
You guys thought it was Cho all
Well, it's
this
not
time?
shoe.
It's shoe. It's French. You should know this. You used to speak
It's
French.
shoe. It's
Like
not,
my
it's
dear,
right.
mon petit
In
chou
French,
chou.
I would pronounce that Cho. I wouldn't
No,
pronounce
it's
that
mon petit
shoe.
chou chou. It means cabbage, like my little cabbage.
Oh,
Or my deer. And
I'm sure there's
in
an X
kumori,
somewhere.
kumori in Japanese is shadow, I believe. At least that's what Google said. So, so it's
Yeah.
like,
He's like one of those
shu
people that
mori.
gets-
So it's like
Cabbage
shu
shadow.
mori, which means my dear little shadow. But apparently, also mori can mean like death. So her name also means death cabbage. So I like that one better.
I now know what I'm calling your dog from now on.
Death cabbage.
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 But whenever she's about to throw up,
Death cabbage.
yeah.
It's a good death
Where's
cabbage.
the death cabbage?
Whenever she's about to throw up, she knows she's not supposed to, or like that it's not good for her to
Right.
do it in the house. So she comes up to us and she smiles, like she makes the funniest. Her cheeks puff up,
Guess what's
and
coming?
then the side of her like mouth curls up a whole lot. And the first time she did it, we were just sitting on the couch, and she came up to us and was looking at us like that.
And you were
With her
laughing
head
at-
tilted down and that huge smile. And we both started cracking up. We're like, she's smiling at us. And then she just started blowing chunks everywhere. And we're like, oh no! So now we're always like, beware the smile.
Beware the
shit.
smell.
Because if she starts smiling, you know it's coming.
Oh, it's great.
Did you find out about her allergies?
Do what?
Did you find out about her allergies?
Oh, we're still in the process of working through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's...
Mara, your mic is quiet.
Yeah, you got quiet, Mara.
Got really quiet then.
Like, I know you're
Oh.
quiet in general, but you just
Not
got
that
real
quiet.
quiet. Clay
for-
for days.
It's better now?
A little
Yeah.
bit, yeah.
Okay.
Still a little quiet,
Yeah.
but better.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
Allergies.
being quiet today, apparently.
oh, that's better, actually.
My dog has allergies bad. Like
Does
he's
your dog
allergic to
smile?
everything.
Oh, you
He's
have a
allergic
dog
to
too.
himself. I'm pretty sure he's allergic to dog fur. Like I'm pretty
Yeah. I'm kind of curious if that might be what
happen.
she is actually.
It's allergic to grass. I know that. Which, if
Oh,
you know
that's-
dogs, they like
that's
pulling in
bad.
grass and eating grass. He is allergic to it.
He's allergic to life,
Yeah,
basically.
well,
That's unfortunate.
now he's got diabetes, my little dog.
What kind of dog do you have?
An Affenpinscher Bichon cross.
Really?
Oh.
That sounds kind of weird looking, not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, he's horrible.
I'm sure he is.
He doesn't look like the Affenpinscher looks like a little monkey dog.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
ever-
Effin
For
pinchers are
those who
kind of
don't know what
weird.
it looks like, it won like best in show at one of the recent dog shows, and it looks like kind of like a little Ewok monkey face.
Yeah, that's right. Ewok. An
But
Ewok
he
is a
doesn't
good
look-
description.
Like his face doesn't look like.
Does
a little
he have more of the Bichon cuteness?
Yeah. He definitely has more of a Bichon face.
Oh, that's
So
good.
just like a little tiny black Bichon.
Well, that's redemptive.
Yeah.
Oh, like a
I,
little
mean, I
tiny
thought you
black
owned an
Bichon.
Ewok then.
He's
I'm really happy.
clearly a sissy dog, and I
What's
love
his name?
his name is Enzo.
Oh.
Oh, that's a good name.
Actually, that was one of my best friends in high school. They had this little miniature pincher
Mhm.
named Enzo. And they would always put a muzzle on it when I came because it hated me. And it would just sit there next to me, growling at me and like
Aw.
snapping within the muzzle. It was very uncomfortable.
This guy I used to work with, I went to his house a few times, and he had this massive dog. I don't know what those kinds of dogs are called.
There's a
forget.
couple
It's a
different.
it's
big
pretty-
ones.
It's like a big,
Saint
like
Bernard, Leon
No,
Burger,
no, no.
Are you on about like the bear-looking ones?
yeah,
like a
like
Leon
it's,
Burger.
it's
Like,
humongous.
if it's-
Yeah,
if
the,
it
the
stands-
Leon Burger.
yeah.
I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Sure.
there's like a couple that like they are
Huge
not dogs, they are bears.
fluffiness.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're
it's humongous and fluffy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So it's like Great Dane size, but
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
ball of puff.
That's yeah. It's called a Leon
And the
Burger.
fur's
So-
really long, so it makes it look bigger as well.
So this dog hated people who wore hats.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, this was this thing that this dog had. I don't know how dogs develop these traits. I really don't. Dogs are weird.
Dogs are weird.
They are.
The what?
They
So
are.
They're lovable, but they're weird.
But like I would go to this guy's house to like work on his network and stuff like this because that's what I was doing at the time. And I would go to the door, and he opened the door one day, and then like it was this reflex action where I'm standing in front of the door, and this dog lunges at me like
Oh.
viciously, just jumps, and this thing's bigger than a human. It's
yeah.
Yeah.
Huge.
lunges at me, and he reaches out
And snatches your hat.
and the owner
Oh.
reached out and grabbed it by the collar in like record time, just in time to stop him.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And it was like one of the scariest things ever. This
So
big
Poet
massive.
almost died.
I
From
wouldn't
a
have
bear
died.
dog.
I would have been knocked over for sure.
Oh,
This thing
gosh.
was huge.
And then you took off the hat, and it gave you a nice big
Right!
hug.
So I take off the hat. He said, "You have to take off your hat." It was winter, so I was wearing a toque, you know,
Yeah.
A what?
and a toque, and
What's a toque?
it's a woolen cap.
Okay. I've never heard it being called a toque.
What do you mean you've never heard it called a toque?
I've never heard it called a toque. Okay, keep going.
So anyway,
Continue.
it's the Canadian French way of saying woolen cap.
Oh.
It's a toque. But I take off this toque of mine, and he loved me, like
Instant.
instantly, like
Yeah.
transformed into like, "Rrr, I hate you. Take off the hat. You are my best friend. When are we going to the park? I love you. Do you have food? Like
Yeah.
he was a completely different dog. It's so amazing.
Did you like put the hat slowly towards your head, and it started to like hate you again, and then you took it away really fast, and it started to love you?
Oh.
No,
should've
I
tried
wasn't
that for
Cruel
science.
to him.
Yeah, that's mean.
When I was like, I think maybe 9 or 10, we lived out in the woods, and our neighbors had this Rottweiler, and they had just gotten a puppy. The puppy had wandered down to our house, so I was like, oh, I'll go take it back. Da, 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 da. So I take the puppy, and I'm going back, and then their huge Rottweiler named Samson, whose head was like bigger than my whole torso, was out, and he got all guard dog on me and was like snapping at me. And I don't honestly remember a whole lot of what happened because I blocked it out of my memory, I guess. But I managed to make it to the house.
That traumatic.
Yeah, I thought I was going to die, like, for serious. I really thought I was going to die. And I'm, like, standing on their front porch, ringing the doorbell, screaming for help, and he's got me, like, pinned in a corner, biting at me. Like, it was terrifying.
Oh, my.
It was
Biting at
horrible. Well, yeah, like, he kept jumping at me and snapping. He didn't actually bite me, but he was, like...
He was, like, trying to, intimidate.
Yeah,
stuff.
and so... So then, finally, the door opens, and it's their little 4-year-old daughter. And she stands there, and she's like, Samson, no! And he, like, keeps going, of course. And then the 2-year-old walks up behind her. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yeah?
I'm gonna die in front of these poor little children. I'm gonna scar them forever.
Right?
Oh, no.
Not only will I die, but they will be.
Oh my gosh. And
Traumatized
then,
for life.
finally, the guy comes up. And as soon as he walks up to the door, Samson stops. And so he's like, oh, hi. And he's like, how are you? And I'm like, good. I brought your puppy back. He's like, oh, thanks. See ya. And he closes the door after Samson goes in. And then that was it.
Wow.
And I walked back. And then I couldn't, like, walk for a while because I was shaking so bad.
Yeah. I would be shaking.
It was
How old
insane.
were you?
A 10, like 10-ish or something.
Oh, my God.
Which at that point, I was a little tiny thing. Little tiny thing. You know you're not picking up any of this, right?
I don't really want the poo-colored brown wool.
I like it, but I
don't
don't have space
like-
for it.
Almost
She
full.
likes the
So if
cool
someone...
You like
it's
the
like
poo-
chocolate. It's like dark chocolate.
Oh, right. Chocolate.
Chocolate, not poop. Not everything has to be about poop, poet.
Okay.
You try telling Babe that.
Edson,
Everything
did you,
is not about poop. Okay,
Edson, did you clear out the prank already.
do what?
Oh, the prank.
Did
Yeah.
someone build a
Babe
giant
prank.
poop?
No, you know the giant pink panties that I've got at my place?
Oh, I didn't get to see him yet.
Fabe built himself into them
What?
using clay.
What?
No joke.
He built himself into them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's worse is he doesn't know proportions very well because it was like the legs were sort of like quite stumpy, which is all right, but the body was like a sumo wrestler body,
What?
right?
Yeah. It
His
was.
head was to the side with no neck.
What? So
And
it's like
yeah, it was
a
weird.
monster
And
fave.
this guy's a guy who wins build battles. All the
Exactly.
time.
This is what I'm
What's
thinking.
going on?
I think he's done it quite cleverly because if it was good, I would have just kept it and swapped
Right!
his head with mine.
Edson, you're right. We had that conversation, me and him.
What?
Did it?
We
I was
actually
like,
did.
oh yeah, I know all about this. I totally forgot.
I do know all about it.
That's
because
what I thought.
he wanted to record with me, and I think he wanted me to do it with him, and I
Right.
I couldn't be bothered.
You couldn't be bothered.
I was just like, I didn't really want to
You're
build
like,
a
no
thing,
thanks.
prank type of thing at the time.
Yeah.
So he ended up just doing it on his own.
Poet,
Right.
not in a pranky mood? What is this?
He was saying that he wanted to build a giant U in them or something like that. And we had this conversation that, well, why not build a giant Fabe instead? And he said, yeah, you're right. If I build a giant Edson, he'd think it looked too good and he'd keep it.
Yeah.
So he built.
Honestly, I was saying like if he built it properly, I would have just replaced the head and just used
So
it
I
as me.
think that might cleverly be exactly the case.
Yeah, I think that is.
that
However-
he intentionally did it.
However, with all that said, I was also in the call when he was building it. A little bit. Not the whole
Oh.
time, but a little bit. And he kept grumbling about how terrible it looked. So
Yeah, it did look bad. I still haven't I've only tore down like a bit of the face, and now it looks even scarier. So, but he's also placed. You know my giant map.
yeah.
He's built a load of you know how I think it was Code placed with lily pads
Yes.
in the swamp near spawn. He spelled out Code. Well, Faber's spelled out "you suck" in clay, but he's done it across the world that I've loaded in the map. So it's like
Yeah.
dotted around the place on the map.
Wow.
So I need to travel for miles to collect them all up. I was more
That's brilliant.
annoyed at that than the sumo weird Fabe thing.
Sumo Fabe.
Sumo Fabe. No, I've not even said the worst part. The nipples are in line with his shoulders. It looks so
The fact that
weird.
there are nipples.
That's a
is-
conversation I remember him having with Code too.
I was like, I don't know where Fabe's nipples are. I've never seen them, but if they're there, they're not in the right place. They were in
Why
line
are
with
we
his
talking
shoulders.
about Fabe's nipples?
No idea.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like a successful prank to me.
It does. That sounds like a good one, actually.
Actually, the news I just heard yesterday that sumo wrestling is on the decline. Popularity.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really.
Because they schedule most of the matches while people are in school and stuff or at work.
I've never seen a sumo wrestling
Well,
fight in my whole life.
I don't think
It's
they
not a thing. It's
have
not a
them
thing in
around here. Yeah.
I don't even think anyone has ever sumo wrestled in Europe, unless it's not in those
About
giant
in
suits.
Japan?
Yeah, in Japan.
Oh,
I suppose, like...
And it's a hard
baseball
lifestyle to
are
upkeep.
in Japan. Like, baseball is humongous. So I guess, like, traditional sport like that might not be... Like, they also really, really, really like their wrestling as well. Like,
Mhm.
not pro wrestling, but, like, WWF style wrestling.
Mhm.
what, Japan?
Yeah.
I didn't
So
know
maybe
that.
that's also taking over more.
It might be. It might be. Oh dang! All this clay that you're just leaving to despawn. Actually, you're probably just like, no, you'll just pick it all up.
I rained.
Why, there's so
drop
much
chunks
clay in
of
this
bomb.
double chest as well.
No, this is putting this chest up.
I
Trying
like
to save the clay.
pudding.
That's it.
Okay, I need to eat.
And
before I
that's been
starve.
20 minutes, I think.
24.
24 minutes.
Yo.
Rapper in Asia.
Wow. Eminem, watch out.
Mm.
Yo.
Boy.
Yo. Dog.
Dog. Yo diggity.
No diggity.
Gonna
No
bag
doubt.
it up. We out.
Anybody else remember that song? No? Okay.
What?
Just checking.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Gonna bag it up.
Liam used to play that song all the time. Apparently it became really popular in Europe again.
Yeah, it did.
Why?
I don't know.
Pitch Perfect?
Some songs just do. Was it in what was that?
Is that No Diggity? Is that what you guys are talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
in Pitch Perfect. That's how I learned it.
Oh, that's probably why.
So they did like a cover of it. And it was
Oh,
like,
yeah. That's yeah.
See,
that
Old
happens
Man
all the
Poet,
time.
that was on the radio all the time.
Mm.
I don't like this orange clay.
Like, seriously, all the time. Things like that. Little catchy songs that don't have much to them.
Isn't that like most pop music nowadays?
Yeah, but I think even more so back in the 90s was, like, if it's got a good tune, who cares if there's any lyrics?
Do wop, bop, bop, do wop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
Not just Hanson or whoever that band was. But,
Yeah,
like,
it was Hanson.
Yeah.
other, like, no
Poet
matter
knows.
what, it...
Wait, okay. I see you mining, and then suddenly a stack of carrots falls. What?
I
happened.
dropped the carrots.
Okay.
Like, in that room.
I just like see all this clay and then carrots. It's like, what?
Yeah, I didn't
I
try.
might-
Inventory's
the-
full.
Elusive carrot block.
Those darn carrot blocks.
Yeah, getting in the way of my clay. They only spawn in the Mesa.